Okay, so let's talk about the defense. I've done some work with the D-line, and I talk with them, and I'm hearing good things. I'm hearing they're healthy as they've ever been. They were going into last year, beginning of the season, when they're playing well. That maybe some people's backs weren't 100%. And there was some shoulder injuries, and there were some different things, but I'm hearing strong, healthy. And then some of these younger guys we leaned on last year, I'm thinking of John Nelson in particular. They look bigger. They look stronger. They weren't planning on playing last year. They ended up having to, got a lot of experience coaching. Yeah. Where do you think we're at as a front seven?
Man, as a linebacker right now, it's super exciting.
Yeah.
Seeing our front seven and realizing, the depth that we have there and the experience that's definitely there. Even in the young guys, like you mentioned, John Nelson. Even like Josh Larson, who got, some meaningful reps.
Supposedly he's like Hulk strong.
Yeah, that dude is, a different kind of strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when we do max days, I'll be done with my max. I already hit my max and he's still going up. And it's a sight to see, for sure. But it's really exciting to see, how they've really come up into the program and really learned the defense. Because I think that's the hardest part. It's not necessarily like, was you're a young guy coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Like, sure, maybe you're not as strong or as fast, but it's mostly the mental game, right? Offenses go really, really fast.
Yes.
And you have to know your plays like the back of your hand and know exactly what you do in every situation.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the hardest part to prepare. And, luckily now we're going to get to reap the benefits of, those young guys who maybe weren't able to play, to their full potential last year.
Yeah.
Now they've had a full year to wrap their head around it and are going to really shine this year.
I'm so excited to see it because I want redemption for those D-line guys. Because I talked with some of those guys, and they were playing hurt, man, last year. And like Mahe was telling me he had like labrum tears and he just couldn't get extension. You can't get extension.
No.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
And they're just still balling out, just for us. And people were critical of them. And I'm ready for redemption. I'm ready to eat some guys up.
Yeah.
Okay, last thing, and then we'll get you out of here. Just talk to me, because I just did the interview with Maher with Nisa a little while ago, and he was talking about eating up blocks for the linebackers, and especially we go like the three-man front, we go 3, drop 8, right? It's super important that they can eat up 2 blocks on that. Explain how they do that and what that does for you as a backer. Now, especially back at Mike.
Well, first of all, just on the record, thank you to all the D linemen. It's a thankless job.
It is.
And man, experiencing just a little bit of that, myself, I've played that one of the 3 D linemen during the Washington State game, took on a few of those double teams, and it's no joke.
It's no joke.
It's no joke. I mean, you got 600 pounds.
Yeah, coming at you.
And
with the motor moving.
Yes.
It's not like you're pushing plates of 600. They're coming at you. Yeah.
Yes. And trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's really seeing their preparation over the summer. It really comforts me knowing that I'm going to be behind them. And sorry, what was your original?
Just talking about like eating up blocks, especially now you've played it too. That's a really unique perspective. What that does for the backers behind you when you're kind of sacrificing yourself to eat up those blocks. Just talk about that.
I mean, I think the hardest part is holding the ground, right? It's, you're going to get double teamed. The bump is going to come from the guard if you're taking the tackle, from the tackle if you're taking the guard, or, from both guards if you're the nose tackle.
Right.
But I think for them, it's a lot of technique.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time in the lab. It's a lot of, weight room stuff and just eating. And just, I mean, it's hard to, you have to be big to move something big, right?
Yeah.
And so, I've seen their preparation all summer. Guys have been putting on weight, getting a ton stronger, and really nailing down their technique.
Yeah.
And so, it's a thankless job, but maybe just one thank you from me.
Man.
I try to.
I love them
thank
too.
them every time I can.
From the get-go, we started all this NIL stuff. I have been focused on O-linemen, D-linemen. We did that Fortnite tournament. I was like, dude, I want you there because I want the defense represented. Like, I didn't want to make this about 4 or 5 guys on the team making a lot of money. And I coached O-line, and I know what that's like, those 2 position groups. I know what that's like. When I was coach, I always fed those guys. I'd invite them to my house. Quarterbacks would be like, hey, can I come? No, sorry. Like, you're not coming. This is just these guys, like, to get paid back to them. So I love that you have experienced that, and you can hopefully help Cougar Nation appreciate, like, it's tough.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you.
I love you, Pepe. Every time I talk to you, I don't know. I feel like you're just a good dude. Trust you with my family, with my life, man. You're just the kind of guy that it represents Kalani well, represents the program well, represents the church well, everything. So thanks a lot, man.
No, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, we'll get you on again. We'll keep getting your stuff going.
Sounds great.
Okay, that's it. CougarBoard out.